Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz, stepping in for Robert Osborne during prime time this week while Robert is on spring break. As we speak, Robert is probably in Daytona Beach judging a wet T-shirt contest. No, inconceivable. Spring break is what we're all about this week on TCM, and to help us get beach ready, I'll be joined all week by 60s cinema expert Tom Lisanti. Tom has written many books about films, including Hollywood surf and beach movies, The First Wave. He's also a contributor to Cinema Retro magazine, and he created the website 60cinema.com. Tom, welcome.
Thanks, Ben. It's great to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited about this week. The first film we're going to see is really the original spring break film, Where the Boys Are, from 1960, starring Dolores Hart, Yvette Mimieux, and George Hamilton. 1960, Gidget had come out the year before, 1959, but Gidget not really a spring break movie. It's a beach movie. This was really specifically started a whole genre of movies just about that week off for college students.
Yes, Fort Lauderdale, Florida had been it was at the time, a pretty popular spring break destination for college students. And the movie is based on a popular novel that came out. MGM bought the rights to it, and Joe Pasternak was hired to produce. And he cast the movie with a lot of actors and actresses making their film debuts, or only had a few films under their belts.
Why didn't he go with bigger stars?
He felt they would, bigger stars, more problems, they'll complain about a line, they'll be more demanding, and he liked working with newcomers. He discovered a lot of actresses over the years, and for this movie, his discoveries were Connie Francis, who was a big singing star but had never acted before.
And sings the title track, Where the Boys Are.
Exactly. And Paula Prentice, who was discovered by an MGM talent scout while she was in university. There's
a perception, certainly a perception that I had about these movies, that in many ways they are sort of frivolous, they're a little silly sometimes. They're a lot of fun to watch, no question about that, but they're not great cinema. But this movie, Where the Boys Are, there's some serious drama in this movie. This is not a frivolous film in any way.
No, it's very serious. For 1960, the talk about sex is pretty frank. Dolores Hart's character stands up in her college class to say that she didn't think anything wrong with having premarital sex, but of course she doesn't practice what she preaches.
But there is premarital sex in the movie, and there are big repercussions for it.
Yes. Again, for the times, the girl that does go all the way had to be some type of repercussion because they were not trying to sell, premarital sex.
Yeah, I don't think that was necessary because I think they'd made it clear that sort of her behavior was not to be emulated. I don't think we needed to go as far as they did, but nonetheless, it's certainly interesting to watch. The character with the most screen time of the four main girls is Dolores Hart, who went on to have a huge career at a convent.
Yes, Dolores Hart entered a cloistered convent in Connecticut, but she was at the Academy Awards this past year. There was a documentary done about her, and it was nominated for Best Short Documentary.
So no regrets for Dolores Hart of giving up what could have been a fairly successful film career?
No regrets, and actually she stayed a member of the Academy, so all these years she's been voting for all the awards, and she gets her tapes, and she has her office in her convent. She goes down there and she watches and she fills out her ballot, and she's been mailing it in ever since.
I love the idea of a nun getting screeners. That's fantastic. This movie has influenced many other films to come. This is really the sort of the godfather of the spring break film, and then in many ways the beach film.
Yes, the movie came out in late December 1960. It was a huge hit in 1961. And Warner Brothers aped it with the next movie, Palm Springs Weekend. And then, of course, American International with Beach Party took Where the Boys Are, the spring break theme, merged it with Gidget surfing, and came up with the Beach Party movie.
All right. Thank you, Tom. Let's have a look at it. Bringing us that unforgettable tune sung by Connie Francis from MGM, Where the Boys Are.